All right, let's get to some breaking news. Acting U.S. Attorney Bill Essayli is getting ready to announce the filing of lawsuits concerning our wildfires from earlier in January.
Utility company
Let's listen in.
whose repeated negligence has harmed our communities. Today, my office filed 2 civil lawsuits against Southern California Edison in connection with 2 separate wildfires, including the Eaton fire that devastated the city of Altadena in January, resulting in 18 deaths and more than 10,000 structures damaged or destroyed, leaving part of that city looking like a bombed-out war zone. In addition to the lives and homes that were lost, losses that are irreplaceable, the Eaton fire burned nearly 8,000 acres of federal land in the Angeles National Forest, land used by hundreds of thousands of people every year for outdoor activities such as hiking and camping. It is also an area of natural beauty near our nation's 2nd largest city. The Eaton fire lawsuit alleges that Southern California Edison negligently failed to properly maintain its power and transmission lines in the area where the fire ignited on a windy night in January. Negligence that had deadly and very costly consequences. SoCal Edison has stated that it operates 3 transmission towers in the Eaton Canyon area overlooking Altadena, where the fire ignited. The company has admitted that it detected a fault on one of its transmission lines around the time that the fire ignited. The Eaton fire has cost the United States more than $40 million in damages, including millions of dollars in fire suppression costs incurred because of Edison's negligence. This negligence in maintaining and operating its facilities were the proximate and direct cause not only of last January's Eaton fire, but also the Fairview fire of 2022, which burned nearly 14,000 acres within the San Bernardino National Forest. That fire killed 2 people, injured more than 3, including 2 firefighters, and burned 44 structures. Both fires caused tens of millions of dollars worth of damages incurred by the United States for fire suppression costs, destruction of fire detection facilities, damage or destruction to Forest Service roads and popular hiking trails and campground sites, and harm to federally protected, threatened, and endangered wildlife species. The United States government is seeking $37 million from SoCal Edison for damages that the United States incurred, including about $20 million in fire suppression costs for the Fairview fire. It is our intention, I want to be very clear about this, it is our intention that Southern California Edison, the company itself, and not the ratepayers, will bear the burden of these costs. Innocent, hardworking Californians who pay their electricity bills should not have to pay for Edison's negligence by incurring higher utility rates. While no lawsuit can bring back loved ones, lost or destroyed homes, we hope that today's complaints will be a first step in ensuring that Edison changes the way it does business, that becomes a responsible party instead of a party that causes harm, destruction, and misery and devastates our region. With that, I'm happy to take any questions. Yes?
So does this confirm that Southern California Edison is responsible for the cause of the fire?
We're comfortable at this stage saying that Edison caused the fire. There is an ongoing investigation by fire authorities that is not yet to be completed, but based on the evidence that we have and Edison's own statements in its recent SEC filing that there's no other apparent cause for the fire, we're confident and we are comfortable moving forward with the lawsuit at this point.
Why not wait till the investigation?
There's no reason to wait. We believe that the evidence is clear, that Edison is at fault, and by their own admissions, no one else is at fault. And the reason not to wait is because fire season's coming up again. We want Edison to change the way it does business. It does not maintain its infrastructure in a way to prevent fires. We do not want another fire igniting. A majority of the fires in California are started by these utility companies that do not maintain the areas and the infrastructure around their transmission lines. And unfortunately, it's the ratepayers that end up bearing the cost because they end up being liable, they pay out the millions, and then they ask to raise the rates. And that's unacceptable from our viewpoint. Yes, sir.
It sounds like you're on a trajectory to file maybe a similar case against Edison and Eaton.
We filed 2 lawsuits today. One of them is for the Eaton fire, and the other is for Fairview fire. So we filed 2 lawsuits today.
Okay, so the one, I misspoke. Couldn't you be on a similar trajectory for the Palisades?
We are not discussing Palisades today. That is an ongoing investigation, and we hope to have more information on Palisades to share in the incoming
Federal
future.
lawsuits that are
Yes.
against SoCal Edison for tens of millions of dollars, Amy. And this is for the Eaton fire that happened in January, also the Fairview fire in 2022, basically saying this company was negligent for these fires and caused these fires.
That's right. And some reporters were asking why they were doing it now before SC Edison has, really been proven to be at fault. But he says fire season is here and it is not too soon to file these cases.
Not surprising. Also saying that they spent millions of federal tax dollars spent to clean up because of what's going on. Of course, we'll have to wait and see what SoCal Edison has to say about these lawsuits.